Hello and welcome to another episode of Susfaction.
Today is an Acela-centric episode, and I'm Kyle.
And I'm Isella, and we're your hosts. So today, I have chosen 3 things to talk about, mostly because there's not like a lot of information on any of them. So I just lumped them all together.
That's totally fine.
We're going to talk about Kenneth A. Arnold, a pilot that coined the words flying saucer. So he's the first person to refer to these pie pan or disc-like unidentified flying objects as flying saucers.
Right on.
So on June 24th of 1947, he was flying past Mount Rainier when he saw a flying saucer. And he added these words to the vocabularies of millions of people around the world. He took off from Chehalis, Washington, on his way to an air show in Pendleton, Oregon. He was an experienced pilot with 4,000 hours of flying time logged. So he was no amateur.
Right.
He was a member of the Idaho Search and Rescue Team. So he was reliable.
Yeah.
No reason to question him or his person or his sanity at this point.
Right.
He was piloting a small single-engine plane, and skies were clear. The winds were light, and he planned a detour to look for a downed military plane because there was a $5,000 reward for anyone that could find the plane.
Right on.
So he was, going to take a detour just to look for that on his way to the air show. Just before 3 p.m., 20 miles west of Mount Rainier, he saw a bright flash to the northeast. It startled him. He assumed it was probably the gleam off of a military plane. After more flashes appeared, Arnold ruled out a nearby Douglas DC-4 airliner as the source. He claimed they emanated from 9 shiny objects flying in an echelon formation about 5 miles long. Arnold described each object as circular, about 100 feet across, and with no discernible tail. So like in the 40s, and even today, sometimes you see when a plane flies, there's the, like, I don't know, the smoke trail or whatever.
Like a jet stream.
Jet stream, right. That's usually where you see the tail of the plane. You can kind of see, well, these objects didn't have a tail, or a jet stream, for that matter. The objects periodically flipped, banked, and weaved side to side, like the tail of a Chinese kite. Yeah. He clocked their speed at about 12,000 miles per hour. Now, that's almost 2 times faster than any plane at that time. Remember, this is the 1940s.
Yeah.
Months later is when the Bell X-1 rocket would be clocked at 700 miles per hour, and that was a feat for that time.
Yeah.
So these were moving fast, these 9 circular objects. Stories of the time credit Arnold with using the terms saucer, disc, and pie pan in his description of the objects that he had seen. So we have him to thank for that.
That's cool.
Now, 1947 is also the year of the Roswell crash.
No.
So, there was some activity that year.
Yeah.
This wasn't the first activity of the year, but it's the most notable because it's where we got the term flying saucer.
Yeah.
So, okay, I have added here just a little bit about the origin of crop circles. Crop circles were a hoax, with many patterns being created by humans as a prank for publicity or as art. in 1991, two British men, Doug Bauer and Dave Chorley, admitted to starting the trend in 1978, creating the first circle with a plank, string, and a baseball cap. While they claimed responsibility for some, others have been created for various reasons since. So they've been created for advertising stunts. They've been created for movies. Other people have tried to copy them and they weren't as neatly drawn.
Yeah.
And in 1991, when they admitted to it, that's what kind of inspired M. Night Shyamalan's The Signs movie.
Yeah.
So that story was inspired by that. And then there was another story that happened in Kentucky that played a role in the Signs story being created as well.
Huh.
But that story is a little bit of a longer one and probably for another time.
Okay.
Because the creature that they talk about isn't an alien. They call it a goblin.
Oh.
So
Wow.
that story doesn't quite fit our theme right now, but it did inspire the movie Signs. So it had to be mentioned. All right. So we have where it began, and we have a recent story for you. Las Vegas 2023.
Oh gosh. Here
Um,
we go. All I can never mind. I can hear this. I can hear the police call.
you
in
can hear
my head.
the
Like the police phone call, or
Yes.
dispatch phone call.
Yeah. April 30th, 2023. 21 people across Eastern California, Arizona, Nevada, and Utah reported seeing a glowing green light, according to the American Meteor Society. Footage from a Las Vegas police officer's body camera appears to have captured a possible UFO. Unexplained bright light streaking across the sky about 1 hour before a family called 911 about aliens on their property at 11:50 p.m. Angel Kenmore called 911 and told the dispatcher that he saw a tall, skinny alien creature with greenish color, about 8 to 10 feet tall, hiding behind their forklift in the backyard. The call described an 8-foot person and another one. It has big eyes and it's looking at us.
Mm-hmm.
I looked at it in the eyes and my body just froze, like having sleep paralysis. A witness who didn't give his name said in a YouTube video. He had a weird looking face, big feet, and big shiny eyes and a big mouth. I can hear its loud, deep breathing and its stomach kept moving. He would just stare at me, and seconds later, I could move again. So there was some paralysis involved.
Wow.
He called 911 at 12:25 a.m. on May 1st and told the dispatcher, because this happened overnight, so told the dispatcher that large creatures were in his backyard. They're not human. 100% they're not human. He told the 911 dispatcher in an audio recording, I swear to God, it's not a joke. It's actually real. Police investigated the home and surrounding area, and nothing unusual was found in the case since has been closed. But according to the body cam footage, this is from an officer.
Yeah.
I'm so nervous right now. I have butterflies, bro. Saw a shooting star, and now these people say there's aliens in their backyard. So even the cops were
Nervous,
and they also saw it. So it's not just one person's claim, and he had his friends with him, you know?
Yeah. And then I know that the officer said, if something like this happens again, don't call us.
I know that I saw another video where one of the officers was talking to Angel's aunt out front of the house. She's like, I don't think I'm going to be able to go back to sleep tonight. And he goes, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
I don't blame you for not being able to sleep after this. Like, it was scary. And he was like, actually, the only reason why I'm here investigating it is because another one of my officers said that they saw something too. So he's like, that's why I'm here. All right. So Scott Roeder, who has testified as an expert in some of the most highly publicized criminal cases in the world, broke down a video and reported alien sightings in Las Vegas frame by frame. Roeder claims that aliens were using cloaking devices. The footage shows Angel and friends entering the backyard to run out screaming shortly after. But if you slow it down, the footage just to the right above the fence line, you can almost make out a head with what looks like smoke around it. The analyst says that it is real. No doubt about it. They are here. Crazy, right?
Yeah.
Woo. And you can watch the body cam footage at officer.com if you're interested. That is where I watched it. I watched it a couple times. I was like, what? What am I looking at? And then I posted some stills of the green flash on the reel for this episode.
Yeah.
So you can see there's two different angles on it. One, you can even see the police car in the picture.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, the green flash, I have that posted for you all. So this sighting in Las Vegas happened 80 miles from Area 51. What's Area 51? Well, where's Area 51?
Hidden?
It is
Nevada,
kind of hidden.
in
yes.
the desert?
It is in Nevada. But that's the thing is I always thought that Area 51 was somewhere near Roswell, New Mexico.
Right.
That's where I always thought it was, and somewhere out in the desert. But I guess it is in the desert, but it's actually Nevada, about 57 miles north of West Las Vegas. And it's not really the one we have to worry about. It's Area 52 that we need to worry about.
What?
So I'll get to that in a minute. I'll get to Area 52 in a minute. In 1947, Project Mogul is launched in New Mexico in the desert on May 29th. The remains of a weather balloon, it's always a weather balloon.
It's always a weather balloon.
Are found in Roswell, New Mexico on June 14th, 1954. Lockheed Martin's Skunk Works receives a contract to build the first U-2 spy plane. In 1955, the land surrounding Groom Lake, Nevada, including former silver mines, is acquired by the U.S. Air Force and the Atomic Energy Commission for use as a CIA test site. In 1960, Gary Powers' plane is shot down over Soviet Russia, and he was flying a U-2 plane. These were some of the planes that were being developed at Area 51.
Oh.
By 1962, Area 51 became a permanent U.S. Air Force base. So that's what it is now.
Right.
So remember I mentioned Area 52?
Yes.
Dugway Proving Ground in 1968. Thousands of sheep are found dead around Skull Valley, Utah. This was due to chemical weapons testing at Area 52.
Whoa.
So I'm sure you've seen The Hills Have Eyes.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of based on that, like nuclear testing out in the desert and chemical weapons and all of that and how it affected those people.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it's based on.
Okay.
Yep. Remember Project Blue Book from our last episode? That Project Blue Book was actually developed because of Area 51, because of the crash at Roswell and Sputnik being launched and all of the reports coming in. So reports from Project Blue Book conclude that there's no threat to U.S. national security from UFOs, and many of the reports of UFOs during this time were accounted for in the flight logs of the tests that were being done on spy aircrafts that were being built at Area 51. They were building spy aircrafts. So some of the theories there are that the Roswell crash was a UFO, an actual UFO, and they took the technology to Area 51 and used it to help build spy planes in the Cold War.
Okay.
Because they weren't sure which direction the war was going to go with Russia. If it was going to it ended up being a space race.
Yeah.
But the Cold War they thought might end up being an actual war. So they were developing spy planes to go and eavesdrop and listen to anything they could find in Russia. And that was one of the U-2 planes. And that's Gary Powers. His was shot down. So when his got shot down, Russians had our new technology.
Yeah.
And they then developed a really awesome spycraft.
Wow.
Yes. All right. In 1978, the U.S. Air Force took full control of Area 51 from the CIA. So it no longer belongs to the CIA. In 1989, Bob Lazar claims to have seen alien bodies in spacecraft while working at Area 51. This is extremely important because the government denies that he ever worked for them.
No.
But it is also common knowledge that those who work at Area 51 are flown in and flown out with the shades drawn on the flight and are not allowed to look down at Area 51.
That's so creepy.
Yeah.
Like, where am I?
Not only where are you, but does anyone know where I'm going other than the people I'm working for? Like,
right. Like you said, well, earlier. Sorry, we had to start recording again. But when you said, like, if you go missing,
yeah,
they don't know where you're at.
Nobody knows where I am. I'm at work. I don't know where, where I'm working, but I'm working. Promise, it's not fake. Sorry, it made me think of another something else I saw recently. Okay, so there are 6 flights that leave McCarran in Las Vegas airport area to Area 51 daily, carrying 1,200 people to and from work. That's how many people work at Area 51. Even the flight attendants need to have special clearance just to work on the flights because they're going back and forth to it.
Yeah.
I don't want them coming and finding it.
Right.
So they have to be part of the secret.
Right.
In 1994, the U.S. government released its final word on Roswell, saying that it was a surveillance balloon from Project Mogul.
Whatever. I don't believe it.
I know. I still will not believe that one.
No.
In 1998, the U.S. Air Force admits that the facility at Area 51 exists. So finally, they acknowledged its existence. In 2013, the CIA formally acknowledges the existence of their base at Area 51 and makes many documents public. Area 51 is officially where they dream up, create, and test spy planes. All right. So if you ever wanted to visit Area 51, you can't.
But I was going to say, where's this going?
But there is a fun little drive you can take on the extraterrestrial highway. It's a 98-mile stretch of Nevada State Route 375, known for its association with UFOs and Area 51. It runs between Crystal Springs and Warm Springs, featuring alien-themed attractions. Visitors can drive the scenic remote route, which also passes ghost towns and offers views of the desert landscape with mountains and Joshua trees. It is also close to the restricted military facility, Area 51. There is a lookout area where you can get a view of Area 51, but if you get too close, you will be forcibly removed. Even though the government has acknowledged its existence, the area is still cloaked in secrecy. There are some key attractions that you can visit when on the extraterrestrial highway. There's one called Little Alien. It's a bar and restaurant in Rachel, the only community on the route with alien-themed decor. There's the Alien Research Center, a gift shop in Hyco with a giant alien statue you can photo op.
Stuff of that, yeah.
And E.T. Fresh Jerky, a shop with alien murals and flying saucers, and the Black Mailbox, a remote mailbox that became a landmark for UFO enthusiasts. So,
Oh,
if you ever wanted to visit it and not get in trouble, there's a
right.
fun little road you can visit that has some themed places for you to
Right.
play with.
That's cool. That's
So,
very cool, actually.
but that actually ends my little journey through Area 51 and the Las Vegas story, as well as where the term flying saucers came from.
That was cool. Very well done.
Thank you.
All right. Well, again, thank you for listening. Be sure to come back for another episode.
We post every week on Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And remember, trust no one, question everything.
All right, and we also have a place for you to send your stories if you want to send us anything for us to read on the podcast. You can reach us at susfactionpod@outlook.com. Again, if you want to send us anything, your stories for us to read, the email is susfactionpod@outlook.com. And we also have an Instagram.
Our Instagram is at susfactionpod. I post a teaser every Monday night for our Thursday episode, as well as you can find the channels in our links in our bio. You can find the Spotify channel, YouTube, or Amazon Music. And I will be putting our email address in the show notes at the bottom of this episode.
All right, well, thank you for listening.
Bye.
Bye-bye.